Hi, I'm Joe, and in this video we're going to go over some of the best student bank accounts that you can take advantage of. If you're new to my channel, then first of all, welcome, and second of all, hit that subscribe button if you're into personal finance and self-development and that kind of thing. I do like a bit of personal finance over here. If you're into that kind of stuff, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. It'll be good for you and it'll be good for me. But other than that, let's just get right into the video. So in this video, I want to go over some of the best student bank accounts that will be beneficial for you as a student in 2021. A lot of students just jump into a bank account because of the freebies, but I think there are two other main factors that are way more important than just the freebies that you get in the beginning. And therefore, some people might not pick the best bank suited for them and something that fits their needs perfectly. And that's why I'm making this video, so maybe after watching this, you'll be able to pick the right bank for you. The right bank for you, with the right balance, personally suits you. The way I've structured the video is very simple and it's very easy to follow. I've picked out 5 bank accounts that we're going to cover, and for each bank account we're going to give them a rating on their 0% overdraft, their customer service, and any cheeky benefits that you get when you sign up. With the ratings that we give for each category, we'll add it up for that bank, and that'll be the total for that bank. And at the end of the video, we'll see which bank has the highest score and we'll declare them the best student bank account. The 0% overdraft and the customer service, their scores are going to be out of 10, and the cheeky benefits is going to be out of 5 because it's not as important as the other two, and so we don't want to affect the overall rating as much. I hope that made sense, and these ratings again just are my personal opinions. You could differ from them and you could find a better balance. So I hope you like the little, it's an upside down plant, a bit more eco-friendly. Alright, so the first bank account is by Lloyds Bank. So Lloyds is 0% overdraft. Well, they do offer up to £1,500. 0% overdraft is basically, if you didn't know already, is how much money you can basically borrow without having to pay interest on it. However, you don't get the max £1,500 straight away. It is tiered. Where have I heard that before? That means you do get different amounts during your first year. After your first year, you get the full amount after that. So the way it's tiered is that in the first 6 months you get a 0% overdraft of £500. Then from month 7 to 9 you get an overdraft of £1,000, and then from then onwards you do get the max £1,500. But the good thing about this is that you do get the max amount in the first year, but it's pretty low and it's not that good. So Lloyds, in their 0% overdraft category, get 5 out of 10. So the way we're going to get a customer service score out of 10 is by taking this graphic, which is a graphic from lovemoney.com, and then dividing it by 10 to get a score between 1 and 10. I looked at quite a few of the lists and they're all kind of similar in customer satisfaction rating, so it's quite reliable. And you can clearly see that they have a customer satisfaction rating of 60%. And if we divide that by 10, they get a 6 out of 10, which may not sound that good. All the main high street banks are usually around that score. So it's actually a pretty decent score. And then cheeky benefits, how good I think their sign-up freebies and their extra benefits that you get if you bank with them. I'm going to rate that out of 5. The cheeky benefits category, well, sadly they don't actually offer any incentives, and that is piss poor. But they did usually hand out a tutu card, so it's called totem. They did usually, but they did used to give out a totem card, which is like a discount card for restaurants and retailers and stuff, but it isn't guaranteed. So there might be a slight chance. So that's a 1 out of 5. 1, you might get the totem card. I'll give them a 2. Next up, we got Santander. The overdraft offered by Santander actually does the same as Lloyds and lets you go up to £1,500 by the end of your first year. But you do have to make a minimum deposit of £500 per term. When you open up the account, the 0% overdraft does only start at £250. But don't worry, it will increase very soon. It will go up to £1,800 if you study a 4th year, and then £2,000 if you study a 5th year. All in all, pretty standard, but you do have the option of getting an increased amount if you have a 4th and 5th year. So medical students, this might be, might be your thing. This might be your thing. And so I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Just a little bit better. And then their customer service, well, you can see from the graph, again, it's around the 60% mark, 61%, which is slightly higher, which gives them a 6.1 out of 10. But as I said, this is what you can expect with the mainstream banks. So in terms of cheeky benefits, Santander actually, I think, have the best freebie, which is that they offer you a 16 to 25-year-old rail card. Not that it lasts for 16 to 25 years, but if you're between the ages of 16 and 25, you get a rail card for 4 years. This can be especially useful if your uni is far away from your usual home. And if you're going back home every, holidays like Christmas and Easter break and summer holidays, The savings that you get from the rail card are so much better than all the other benefits that any other bank offers, and you get it for 4 years. So that's a pretty hefty freebie. And an additional benefit that Santander give you is that they give you a whole 1% interest on any amount that you have in your account that's below £2,000. A whole 1%. I mean, it's not a lot, but yeah, it's better than nothing. That's your like monthly Lucozade paid for. And I think out of all of the student accounts, they have the best freebies and the best cheeky benefits. So that gives them a 5 out of 5 rating. Now the third bank that we're going to review are NatWest. We're going to take a look at NatWest's student current account. Their 0% overdraft limit is also £2,000, but you do get that £2,000 limit much earlier than Santander. You get it in the second term of your academic year, which is actually really good. However, there is a caveat. You have to deposit a minimum of £750 every 6 months, and you have to make at least 3 transactions a month. This is to make sure that you're actually using the account and the account stays active. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. The fact that you get it early, I think is quite good. So I give them a 7 out of 10. If we take a look at our very trusted graphic here, you can see that NatWest's customer service lies around the same as all of the other big banks. It is just below at a steady 58%. So then we divide that by 10 to get a score between 1 and 10, which is 5.8. That's their score out of 10 in customer service. Now for their cheeky benefits, you have a bit of variety. You can actually pick between 3 options: a 1-year student Amazon membership, or a 4-year National Express coach card, which gives you a third off. Or if you're a foodie like me, then you can get the 4-year taste card, which gives you like 1 for 2, 2 for 1 at loads of different restaurants. It's good that you can pick whichever one suits you best, but also keep in mind that Amazon do already offer a 6-month free membership for students. I want to look at that one. In the cheeky benefits category, NatWest actually get a 3 out of 5. Our penultimate bank is nation's widest bank, Nationwide. Anyway, Nationwide are actually a serious candidate because they offer one of the best 0% overdrafts out of any of the student bank accounts, because they offer up to £3,000 in 0% overdraft. And Nationwide actually guarantee that you get the full £3,000 if you get accepted onto their Nationwide Flex student card. In the first year, you only get £1,000, but in year 3, you will get up to £3,000 in 0% overdraft, which is handy dandy. Seeing as this is one of the highest 0% overdrafts, I have to give them a decent score in overdraft, and that is going to be a 9 out of 10. As for customer service, Nation's widest bank actually has the best customer service. As you can see from the graphic, they have a whopping 71% in their customer satisfaction area, which is roughly 10% better than you can see the average of the others, which is quite good. That's quite a big gap between the industry average and Nationwide. This means that their customer service score out of 10 is a pretty decent 7.1 out of 10. Sadly, Nationwide don't offer any cheeky benefits that you get when you sign up, so can't really give them a good score. But because their customer service is much better than the others, I'll give them a 1 out of 5. So the last bank that we're going to review is Halifax. Similar to Lloyds, they are offering the lowest amount of £1,500 on this list for their 0% overdraft. However, it is rumoured to be very difficult for you to actually receive the whole £1,500. You do have to keep nagging them and be on hold for a few hours, like every single week, for you to actually get that amount, and it is quite difficult. And you still have to put in £500 deposit as a minimum every single quarter, which is every 3 months. The amount you get is judged on a case-by-case basis. So in the overdraft category, they get a mere 2 out of 10. Now for customer service, even though you have to haggle them for your overdraft, the rest of it doesn't seem too bad because it does stick with the industry average of around the 60% mark, and their customer satisfaction rating is at 62%, which is the boring industry average. 62% obviously means that they get a 6.2 out of 10, and that must generally mean that the rest of their customer service is actually really good. Cheeky benefits, well, they don't offer any cheeky benefits. But they do offer cashback, 15% cashback here and there in different shops, but a few of the other ones do that as well. So they get 1 out of 5. And let's see the overall scores and who is actually the best bank account and the best choice for you as a student in 2021. I haven't actually worked this out yet, so let me just go work it out. So there are the overall total score ratings for each of the banks, and you can see that Santander and Nation's widest bank have come out on top with a joint 17.1 score. Then you got NatWest with 15.8, and then Lloyds with 12, and then Halifax, who didn't even make it to double digits. But I think Nationwide and Santander are actually the best ones. Santander, that rail card is hella useful if you are, far away from your your home. But Nationwide do have that massive guaranteed overdraft if you get accepted. So again, I'd like to reiterate, you can pick the one that actually suits you the best and will fulfill all the needs that you need from a bank account. So take some time before you actually jump in and buy one just because of the freebies or just because of the overdraft. You might have, you know, certain bits here and there that are more suited for you. I hope this video was well structured. There are a few other things that you want to keep in mind. You want to make sure that you get your credit score up, which lets you, you're more likely to get the full amount if your credit score is good. So you want to make sure you get that up. Check my credit stuff video if you want to know more about credit and how to build credit. And then you also want to keep in mind that some of these banks do offer the guaranteed overdraft, 0% guaranteed overdraft, even after you graduate for a couple of years. So that can be useful and you should definitely consider that. I hope you found some kind of value from watching the video. If you made it to here, then make sure you smash that like button for the new upside down plant and para mí. If you have any comments about suggestions or things I got wrong or things you want to add for other people to see, then make sure you leave it in the comments section down below. And yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you next week in a bit.